Okay, this is an update, um, January 22nd. So you can probably see I got my batteries looking good, sun moderate. I got my panels over here, and the sun's kind of up over my neighbor's house. So it's not direct sunlight, but we're getting some. So I'm just, for now, charging my batteries with my homemade panel over there. And then I'm hooking up my grid tie inverter with the 2 Harbor Freight ones. It's on fault. I got this set up here, and time to plug the plug in. I got an extension cord going to an outside outlet, which is hooked up into my house. And then now I have my grid tie inverter with my 2 Harbor Freight panels. So obviously 120 volts, because that's what you need going in your house. Got 0.08 amps, watts, 1.7 watts, 2.42, about 2 watts right now, coming off of my 15 watt Harbor Freight ones. And I think that's right. Tell me if I'm wrong, because they're 15 watt each, so that should be 30. But then you're talking about converting from 12 volt to 120, so I think you should get 3 at max. Let me know if that's right. So obviously you can see now my little lights are going there. What I'm going to do is, like I say, I have 1.82, roughly 2.5, depending on how it's cycling, going into my grid tie inverter, or coming out of my grid tie inverter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disconnect the input from my battery, which is now my home one. I still have it going through the charge controller, so I'm probably only get 12. And I'm just going to throw this onto my other clamp here. Again, ugly setup here, but I'm going to throw that on there. Make sure nothing's touching there. And then I'm going to take my positive and throw it on the positive here and see if I go up from 2 up to something a little bit higher. Doesn't seem to have done anything. I'm still at 2.1. Maybe I'm not getting anything off of my maybe I'm not getting anything here off of my my homemade one. Still roughly 2. And if I hook this guy up, I have the negative over there, I think. Still only 2. Doesn't seem to be adding anything. So maybe what I'll do is just keep my homemade one hooked up to my batteries and keep the other ones hooked up to the grid tie, and I'll report back how that's all working out.